Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so man, this is some good news, maybe. I don't know, man. It seems like maybe we should all look at this moment and maybe it might be a turning point. Now, what I'm talking about is Lil Durk and none other than Chief Keef, the guy most of these drill rappers clone their whole style after, man. The guy who was the anchor for the whole Chicago drill movement back in 2012. Looks like they've made a statement, man. Looks like they done dissing the dead. They done talking about the dead ops. They done bringing up the dead and talking about smoking packs and all that, man. Now, this is some good news, and man, it'll probably make a lot of people who really aren't comfortable with the new drill movement and, the past drill movement and how they, diss their dead ops and stuff like that, man. The level of disrespect that they go to. Now, man, before we get into the specifics, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And, man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, man. Okay, so it's looking like, man, some of these rappers might be growing up a little bit, man. They might be becoming more mature. Or maybe some of the things that people have been saying, especially like older cats like Charleston White and even Tuka's mom and stuff, it may be getting to them. Maybe they're starting to get it. They understand the level of disrespect that goes down in Chicago drill rap is a little too much, man. And I say Chicago drill rap, but it ain't that, man. It's New York drill rap, and it's even spread out to other forms and parts of rap. Now, where does this story begin? So let's talk about YBN Almighty J. Now, YBN Almighty J thought it was a good idea to go into a room where they were playing a game and basically asked to join and be disrespectful to none other than Tuka, man. Now, Tuka has been the long-running, I hate to say joke, but the name that everybody used to disrespect, the ops on their other side in Chicago for a long time. I'm talking about back in since 2012. I'm talking about a very long time. And man, it's like it's forever later, and people still put his name in songs and all that, man. And a lot of people still, diss Tuka when they just in their casual conversation as well on social media. So it's a weird situation for anybody who's friends with him or was friends with him because he's passed away, or anybody who's his family member. And his mom specifically took a tour on social media and went on a couple of shows asking people not to put his name in songs. Because at the time of his death, he was only 15 years old. So, I mean, think about how cold that is, man. That's pretty cold, man. I mean, and for people to say that, and this isn't just Lil Durk and Chief Keef's side of it, man. You got FBG Duck and FBG Wooski and all them their side. They say stuff like Chino and all that, man. And they call him Cheeto or whatever, man. It's a lot of disrespectful stuff. Now, I don't believe any of that's cool, and I'm just repeating that so you guys get an understanding. But man, recently YBN Almighty J thought it was cool to show that level of disrespect while jumping in the game. Now, he's not connected with any of the street activity out in Chicago. He had nothing to do with what went down, but still thought it was cool to come in and say, what he said. Now, I'm going to play the clip right here, and you're going to hear Chief Keef shut him down in great fashion.
Hey, it's Jay the Youngin. Tuka, let me get in there.
Pull up on you.
Now, as you heard in that clip, you had YBN Almighty J, man. He jumps in the game, man, and they on live play or whatnot. And then he comes in disrespecting Tuka, and immediately Chief Keef was like, man, you on some lame stuff right now, man. And it is kind of lame. When you think about it, man, come on. You actually dissing somebody else's dead ops that you're not from that city. You're not even a part of whatever's going down in the streets. And man, to think about who it is, man, we've already talked about before, man, it's kind of lame, man. And Chief Keef seems like maybe he's growing up a little bit, man. I know a lot of people on social media are running with that narrative, and I'm hoping that's true. Hopefully this is the start of a good term. But on top of that, man, you had Lil Durk went to social media and made this post right here. Okay, so you see this post right here, and Lil Durk, he says this specifically. He says, I'm done name dropping the dead after my deluxe. In songs only, though. And man, that's showing some growth. I know he didn't say he was done name dropping the dead completely, but a lot of people were feeling this, man. It got a lot of likes and a lot of retweets. And man, maybe it shows some growth in Lil Durk as well. Man, he's had a heck of a year, man. He's had a great year on the music side. Then personally, man, you know, his interactions with like say King Von and stuff like that, man, a lot of stuff has been negative. Now, a lot of people are hoping that, man, with this will start a trend. Because if the artists stop name dropping the dead in their songs, then, man, that'll probably put an end to this altogether. Because I know a lot of people are uncomfortable of the level of disrespect that the new drill rap scene has brought out. Now, this isn't new. This has been going on for a long time, to be honest with you. But, man, I think people are just at the point where they're kind of fed up with it. And maybe Lil Durk and Chief Keef are getting that message. And recently, you've had a lot of pushback on the dissing of the dead, man, and talking about dead ops and smoking packs and stuff like that. It's at a point right now where, I mean, you got artists down in Florida, artists everywhere, man. I mean, everywhere. You got all your BR artists. Everybody does this now. And I can safely say, before Chicago drill rap, I had never heard of this, man. It had never been a thing or a fixture in hip hop. As gangster as the West Coast gangster rap was back in the day, they never brought up anybody's name. I mean, they knew for a fact that if they ever said somebody's name, what was up. And they left it alone, you know, because, I mean, those cats were really, really in the streets too. But it seemed like, man, the level of disrespect has gone to an all-time high, to the point where you actually had Tuka's mom reaching out to media sources like, hey, man, stop this. We done with this. I mean, come on, man. It's been almost a decade and they've had to deal with this. I mean, it might be time to put it to rest, to be honest with you. Now, a lot of you younger fans, they're still going to carry on whatever, man. You can even hear when YB and Almighty J joined that room. You heard all the cats were laughing. They thought it was still funny or whatnot. And, man, young cats are going to be young cats. They're going to do immature stuff. But as artists get older, like Chief Keef, Lil Durk, man, it's time to start setting that example, I think, and letting cats know that really that ain't the way. I mean, the whole idea behind telling your story in the streets is to tell the shorties, tell the young cats that, yo, man, this ain't the way to go. Like, yeah, this sounds cool on record, but, man, people really out here losing their life, and you don't want to be one of those people. All in all, I think this is a good thing, man. This might be the beginning of the end of the dissing your dead ops era, man. I think that maybe, man, with just these little steps like what Lil Durk and what Chief Keef did, we can get that off the plate, man, and maybe everybody else will follow suit, to be real with you. What do you guys think, though? Do you think that, man, rappers are still going to be dissing their dead ops because that door is already open, man, and it's hard to close? Or is this beginning of the end for the dissing your dead ops era, smoking on a pack era, and all that, man? Now, with that, this been your boy Big Man. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.